Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we roll into our 23rd year on the air. And I know this next guest that my good friend and co-host here, Ron Wong, has set up this wonderful show we've had this morning. I hope you guys and gals out there have enjoyed it as much as me and Ron have, because these were names that I know you're familiar with, companies you're familiar with, and we tried to make it that way. Ron did when he put it together for me. And
Larry, I have to tell you, I know people have got to be thrilled to hear about a lot of these wonderful new products that's going to be around in 2024.
Well, we got a guest on us coming up next. He's been on the show several times. Who doesn't know about the trout magnet, the crappie magnet, Leland lures, and all that? And we know he comes from God's country, Ron. I'm hard to say that. It is my show. I can say that, okay? And he's located near a place that I dear and love, Greer's Ferry, and of course the Little Red River. And I hope to get over there sometime this month, the Little Red River. And that's our good friend Jeff Smith. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing?
We are doing wonderful.
Not as good as you, because you're getting ready to go fishing this morning.
Hey, I'm telling you. I'm going to sore lip them all.
There you go.
Now, you folks don't know what that means. Well, Ron will explain that in a little while. But again, Jeff, we appreciate you being on the show. We're kind of trying to put together this pre-ICAST show, and I know Ron, for the first time in a long time, just got too many things going on. Won't be at Orlando next week, but so we're talking about this. And I got to ask you, because of your great company based out of Searcy, Arkansas over there, and all the sore lips that Ron's been talking about and everything. What does ICAST mean to you, Jeff?
Oh, it's about relationships.
It
really is.
Yeah.
I mean, business is relational, and in our opinion, it's really the place where you go and you see everybody that's in the industry that you've built relationships with.
Yes.
Friends in the industry and friends that we do business with. And so it's about, seeing everybody that we know and do business with. So yeah, it's definitely a relationship thing. You're showing your products and you're showcasing your products, but at the bottom of it, you're really at the base of it, you're reconnecting with your friends.
Yeah. And, a lot of people think, well, people go, the buyers and all that, they're there to go buy. But more importantly, it's, like you say, building those relationships, and it could be with a competitor of your own brands or your products.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you bet. And a lot of times the buying has already been done at this point in the year. For 2024, our new items are already set up in a lot of those stores. So we're going there to confirm that relationship with our buyers and friends and see everybody and help the industry. This was set up years ago to raise money for the industry, really.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
This was set for. And so this is a way that we all give back as well to the industry and to the land that provides the resources that we need to catch fish.
That's exactly right. Hey, Jeff, what are you guys coming out with in 2024 in the crappie magnet, trout magnet line, and everything else you guys got?
Give us the tips here.
Well, I'm telling you, here's the deal. We have there's been a few lures in our history that have been, just market changing, and the trout magnet's really one of them. The trout magnet has been something that's been amazing for 30 years now.
Yeah.
And this new one that we have coming out, it's actually out right now, but it'll really be in the stores in 2024, is another one of those products, and it's called the Eye-Hole Jig.
The Eye-Hole Jig, yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
And the Eye-Hole Jig, we partnered with Blake Phillips, and he came up with this idea, and we are making it now for him and with him. And it is a jig with a hole in it that holds your bait.
Yes.
Yeah. The slab bites.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It holds your slab bites. It holds any company that makes scent. And you never lose it. I shouldn't say never lose it. It's very rare to lose.
Very rare, yeah.
And we'll catch 20 or 30 fish on one piece of bait.
And not only do you have just the jig, but you're also going to have it in your fin spin line too also, right?
Absolutely. The fin spin eye hole is there, and you put the scent in it as well. And here's the reason it's become one of those changing things in the industry.
Uh-huh.
That's a good idea within itself,
yes.
The fact that it's got scent in it. But here's what changed the game on it. If you look, we'll have this on our webpage. If people want to go look at it, just go to crappiemagnet.com. The jig is called the Hammerhead Brandon Smith series, and I'm holding a big one right now.
Yes.
What it is, it's got edges on it.
Uh-huh.
And and it's wider. For a second, if you take a 1/8 ounce jig and you take out the center of it,
yeah,
it's not 1/8 ounce anymore.
Right.
So what do you have to do to get to 1/8? You have to make it bigger.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So by volume, they're 30% bigger. But the Brandon Smith, since it's wide and has edges, it's actually 30 to 40% bigger than the same size jig head
Wow.
in that same weight. And with all the edges on it, like hex head, whenever you shine your sonar at it, it glows on your sonar.
Oh, wow.
So that's what's made it a game changer as far as crappie fishermen. They can see it on their forward-facing sonar. So the hammerhead eye hole and the round one, it just adds so much more volume for you to see on your forward-facing sonar. That's what's really changing the game. It's added scent, but it's also made it easier to see.
But, you know, one of the things I found using the eye hole jig is that it doesn't change the movement of your bait. Like, you know, we used to go and put a slab bite on the end of a crappie magnet,
Right.
and it can change how it swims through the water. But with that
Ron, that's incredibly smart, and not very many people notice that.
Ron does.
But you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it does. It really
Yes.
does. It changes the look of the bait.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
This in a positive way changes. You know why?
Yeah.
I'm looking at an orange one right now. If I put a chartreuse eye on it, I just made a two totally different colors. I
Yeah.
can put a pink eye in there. I can change the eye color.
This
So
is
not only have I added scent, I've added color, and I've added volume to what I can see. So it's used with anybody's plastic, not just ours, but anybody's plastic. Then it's got the double cross barbs on it, which make it easy to hold the plastic too.
Wait just a minute. Now, we're talking to Jeff Smith here. I mean, this is probably one of the few guests that I love to have on Outdoors with Larry Ray because I actually feel like I'm in the room with him when he talks. You know, I mean, we all know that me and Ron have radio faces. I know you've got the ability to communicate via the radio. And, folks, if you did not hear any of that, you can go to LarryRay.com and listen to it again, and you'll see that you almost feel like you're in the room with Jeff Smith because he's just described something that you cannot describe in radio other than the way he does it. And I just want to thank you, Jeff, because
I appreciate that.
Even the layman like me, you know, I'm listening to that, and I'm visualizing this.
Yeah.
And Ron knows that too, and I can see the excitement because I've heard Ron talk about the eye hole and all these different kind of things.
We're gonna talk to Blake Phillips one day on the radio.
Good. Yeah,
he's good
Yeah,
people.
let's do that.
I've known him for years now.
Yeah, let's do that because he's brought Blake's name, and we've talked about Blake before on this show. But your company is innovated here. You've got something that's really. We didn't used to use the word unique when I wrote the newspaper. I don't know why, but they wouldn't. But you've got something unique here that didn't just pop up overnight. You guys have really worked hard at this. I know, hadn't you, Jeff?
Well, I tell you what, it's been a blessing. God's connected so many dots for us.
Yes.
It's amazing because me meeting Blake, I was just helping him out.
I know. I
he had
remember
this
that.
great idea.
Yeah.
I was actually sad. I was like, I wish this was my idea.
Yes.
And eventually he came and said, Jeff, I can't make this. Can you partner with me? I'm like, I would love to partner with you because I love him.
Great story.
And here's the thing. I've had so many times where I've been blessed with products that have gone to the market, and it's a proud feeling to say, hey, we created this item.
Yes.
I wanted that for Blake.
Yes.
And so the fact that this thing's been added to all the major retailers, you know, for 2024, you could not have been more excited for a guy than you would be Blake. To know that his product's going to be seen everywhere in 2024.
I didn't want to interrupt Ron, though I do a lot. People say, you don't let Ron talk enough. You know, I'm sorry. It is what it is. But,
anything else new coming out from Leland Lures?
Well, we have the D2 jig on the trout side, and it's a really good jig for trout fishing. It's actually been out now almost a year, and it's just we use it more than I can dream on the higher water for the bigger fish. I'll be using it today, so it's been a real good one. We also have some new plastics coming out that we're working with Russ Bailey and Blake Brandon Smith.
Yeah,
We've got some new plastics coming out,
Yeah.
and so that's exciting too. But the D2 and the eye hole are really the things that at ICAST this year we're pushing the most.
Okay, and also for some of these new products like the eye hole jig that you guys have, when are they going to be available, or are there some floating around in the market now?
There's some floating around in the market now, and they're available on crappiemagnet.com.
Okay.
But all the major retailers will have them by January and February, going in the Blake Smith and Brandon Smith, the Hammerhead, the West those tours.
Right, and
first of the year.
And then the new Russ Bailey plastics will be.
That won't be till the springtime. Yeah, we'll have those
okay.
until the spring, but they won't be in major retailers probably till 2025 because I've already missed the window.
Okay,
they'll be available on our webpage.
Yeah.
And listen, I got something else too. I need to talk about with Ron. So Ron, I got something just for you too. You probably got some of these already. Larry, I'm not sure about you, but what happens is he gets hung up on the bottom all the time.
Yeah.
So
lock and knock.
I'm kidding you. That's right, the lock and knock. Have you guys seen that yet?
Yes, I have, and I've got some, and it's an amazing, amazing tool. I got a couple extra ones. I'm going to give to Larry here.
Yeah, give them to me because I get locked in the bottom a lot, things like that.
I was kidding, Ron. I'm just telling you, but it is one of our newer items, the lock and knock. So
we need to
get your jig back.
All right, tell our listeners out there, Ron, what do you always say?
Hey, Jeff, if somebody wants more information about your wonderful products there, where do they go?
CrappieMagnet.com and TroutMagnet.com. You can find all of our stuff right there.
All right. And also, we have talked about the lock and knock with Chris Mann here on the show several weeks ago.
Yes, we sure did, Chris. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Pastor Chris.
Good.
Yeah, Pastor Chris did a great job on that. But
he's a great man, too.
Yeah, Jeff, always great talking to you, buddy.
Hey, great talking to you guys, too. I'll let you know how ICAST goes.
All right, buddy.
Have a good show.
Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Love them all.
All right. Let's take a break. And Outdoors with Larry Ray, we're going to close out this baby with a little sunglass talk. Let me put my shades on before I come up. We'll be right back.